All right. Thanks everyone for coming out. Really appreciate it. Just really proud of our guys tonight. Just the way they've stuck together, handled adversity, responded to adversity, blocked out the noise. We have very good intentional focus today as a football team. Just continue to play the next play, focusing on playing one play at a time, 6 seconds of play, and playing with relentless effort and just believing in each other and believing what we're doing, staying together. And we play complementary football more often tonight, and we executed more often tonight, and so we got the results that we wanted. So just really proud of our guys and everyone in our organization for sticking together and pushing through the adversity to be able to get the job done. Really solid team win for us. I want to thank our fans. Homecoming is just an important weekend for Spartan Nation, and our fans were a huge factor in the game today. Our student section was loud, really getting out there. We really feed off of our fans. We feed off the energy of Spartan Nation. And homecoming, we could feel the buzz, and it was a factor for our players. And so I just want to thank our fans for hanging in there with us. I know it's been a tough stretch, for all of us. But that's what we do as Spartans. We don't quit. We just keep chopping and keep going after it relentlessly until we get it right. And so we took a step in the right direction today, and I'm really proud of everybody involved, all Spartans. So thank you very much. With that, I'll open it up for questions.
First one's on your left there, Coach. Rico.
Okay. Coach, talk about, I asked Peyton this question, and you kind of referred to it in your opening statement, but as far as things not working this last month and now, having a lot more things work for you to win, and he mentioned the same word you did, execution. Was it just that simple?
Yes. It is that simple, because we talk about death by inches week after week after week, and that's a lack of execution. And we don't have a lot of margin for error on our football team. So if one guy's not doing his job, usually we don't have a positive play, whether it's offense, defense, or special team. So we have more guys executing more often together for 60 minutes, and so we got a better result. Absolutely.
Windman got the start at linebacker today, right here. After playing defensive end, came up with a big interception in the first quarter, forced fumble in the second overtime. Can you talk about that position change, what went into it, and what you thought of his game today?
Yeah, he was big in the game. We moved him to defensive end, right at the end of camp because of injuries. We had some significant injuries. We were extremely thin. We're trying to get the best guys on the field, and so he was unselfish. He made that move, and obviously he's got a really good pass rush ability. We started to get some guys back they could play that end position, and so we decided to move him back to linebacker. On the rundowns, he still is rushing on third down, obviously in our rush package, and so it's just good. We just have more depth at end. We allowed us to do that. He's been very, very unselfish, which has helped our football team.
Hey, Mel back here. At Big Ten Media Days, Jaden said he believes the wide receiver room can be the best in the Big Ten. On days like today, just where do you look at the receiver room and how much confidence they have?
Yeah, well, they played at a high level today, and those guys can make plays. There's no secret that those guys can make plays. All those guys have made plays at some point, throughout the season. Contested throws, so that's no surprise to me. And we just need to continue to, we have to build on some of the positive things that we did today. We can't get ahead of ourselves. The one thing that we can't do is, we can't get seduced by success. We can't do that. We can't, we took a step in the right direction. I'm so proud of these players, and the locker room was buzzing. Guys are extremely happy, and now we got a 24-hour rule, and then we have to dial back in, because it's all about what's next. And so we're going to evaluate it. We're going to watch the film just like we always do. We're going to see some things there that we absolutely need to clean up, and we're going to see some things that were good that we could build upon, and we're going to get ready for what's next. And we all know what that is.
Mel, a couple things about the penalties. What were you thinking when you saw that flag on Jaden's punt return? Did you know what that call was?
Yeah, they called it a illegal, crackback block or whatever. Yep, that's what they said. So
9 penalties for 102 yards, and seems like some of the same guys are making them. With your limited margin for error on a play like that, or a couple plays like that might have cost you a game. What do you do about that?
yeah, well, we'll evaluate them. We have really 2 categories of penalties. We got dumb, stupid penalties. We have to eliminate those with more accountability, more pressure on guys. If we have to take guys out and they can't be in there, that's what it is. We show them, we break them down, we teach off of them, and we need to eliminate dumb, foolish penalties. Those are choices and decisions that we make, battlefield decisions. So we have to have more poise and more discipline, as a football team, because every 100 yards is pretty much 7 points, and it was pretty much that today. And then you have, aggressive penalties. And aggressive penalties are going to happen when you're playing football. I mean, when guys are playing full speed, hand-to-hand combat, and, trying to move guys against their will. And, you're going to get some of those. And we clean those up with technique. Better technique usually solves those aggressive penalties. So, we evaluate the penalties. If we have a question about them, we write them up, we turn them in, we get the feedback so we can teach off of it, and then we move forward. But absolutely, penalties, especially undisciplined penalties and stupid penalties, will absolutely get you beat.
Mel, the way the defense has played the last 4 games, the struggles that have happened, to see the way they played tonight, especially in the second half, they were able to get off the field on 3rd down quite a bit. How big was that for you guys? And then getting guys like Xavier Henderson, Jacob Slade back. I know emotionally that was probably big for guys, but how much did that also make a difference in what you guys were able to do defensively?
It does make a difference, because those, like Slade and X, they're good football players, and so it does matter who you have out there. They have experience. They're leaders for us. Slade anchors our front 7, and X runs the show in the back end. Not just from a leadership standpoint of production, but also communication and making the calls. And so it was good to get those guys back, and they fought hard to get back. And so that was critically important. When you play defense, you can get people, you can stop people, and you can take the ball away. You get the ball back to the offense. That's our job, and that's complementary football, and that helped us. And we were able to. We were able to hold them to lower numbers, and stay in the game. And that's what when we've had success, that's what we've been able to do. We've been able to be super competitive throughout the entire game, and then find a way to win a game in the 4th quarter or OT or whatever it takes. That's what we've been able to do. In these past few weeks, we have been out of the game, but that wasn't the case tonight, and that's because we did play better defensively, and we were able to, help our offense, and we play complementary football. So, Scotty and the defensive staff have worked extremely hard to help develop these players, our players, and get them to be more disciplined, more productive, and less negative production and more positive production, and more consistent in the play, team defense, everyone doing their job. And so it was a better brand of football out there. It looked better because we had better execution. So, I really, Scotty and the defensive staff, my hat goes off to those guys to continue to chop on our players and get them where they need to be.
Right here in front.
Mel, with Jalen playing his former team, did you or the coaching staff have any conversations with him during the week, and did you see a different energy or focus or anything with him this week compared to other weeks?
Yeah, I did not have any conversations with him, so, no.
Was there anything different with his energy or preparation that you saw that was different compared to other weeks? Or no?
I did not see anything different.
Chris.
Mel, I'm wondering, Peyton and Jaden said that they checked out into that touchdown play when they got up there in overtime. I'm wondering, when you've seen the things over the past few weeks with him, the ability for Peyton, first of all, to make that call on the fly to check into that, I guess your trust factor in him in that, and then also in Jaden's ability to make a pass like he did. I guess how much, he said you guys have worked on that, but it hadn't really worked in practice.
Yeah, well, if you watch, you watch this enough, you see that Peyton makes a lot of calls at the line, and he's been doing that. That's not something that's new. So that's part of what he can do is get us in and out of plays, and so he did a really nice job, and we were able to execute. And then we work plays in practice, and we try to when we run plays, we try to run them under stress, in some difficult situations, and we knew that based upon the way they were playing us, that play would have a chance, and so really good execution, and so really good job, good play call, good execution, playing to win, and not playing not to lose.
What's your evaluation of Jaden?
The evaluation right there.
Jaden above Jaden is a floor.
Jaden, right? He looked like Randall Cunningham out there. I mean, that's my evaluation. That 6 seconds of that play, that was it.
All right, we got Stephen, Graham, and Matt to wrap.
Mel, just wondering about the last possession of regulation. What's sort of the calculation of using the timeouts and trying to go for the touchdown versus field goal? What you guys were thinking about and talking about as a coaching staff, and also what you heard or saw happened on the field goal attempt that sort of went awry there?
Yeah, I mean what exactly do you want to know? Because I mean that's a lot right there. And I know everybody wants to try to get out of here.
At what point sort of do you decide we're playing for the field goal versus we're going all out here, and then also just once the field goal, what broke down in that?
Yeah, we were looking to go down there and score, score a touchdown, and it didn't work out, and so we ended up did a really good job with the Mayday, getting those guys out there. We were out of timeouts, so we got them out there, and I really need to see the film for it looked like that we had a snap hold situation where we wasn't good, so I have to take a look at that.
Mel, can you speak to the significance of getting guys like Malik Carr and Keon Coleman going a little bit again, and what those guys, if they play to their ability as playmakers, give you when you got a healthy Jaden Reed, and what you think the offense can be?
Yeah, well, you can see that those guys, both of those guys have made plays in the past, and they can be tough matchups for people because they're big guys that can run, they have really good ball skills, and they're competitive. And so we saw that today, and along with Jaden, Trey Mosley, we got guys, we have backs, we got Tyler Hunt, we got Jeremy Bernard, you see Barker. I mean, we have some guys that can make some plays. We were able to execute. We caught the balls that were thrown to us today, which is big. And that also protection, Peyton making good decisions. It's just overall execution. So, like I've told our guys, multiple weeks. I mean, it's not like when we look at things, it's not like we don't have any players. We just need better execution.
One final one, Matt.
And Mel, you obviously mentioned what's coming next, but I was wondering what this does for you guys from a confidence standpoint after 4 straight losses, and kind of what the outlook is for the bye week and what you hope to accomplish there.
Yeah, well, we'll see what it does for us when we show up to work. We'll see what it does. We have to be able to, we can't be seduced by success, and so, like I said, we have a 24-hour rule, and then we'll see how we show up for what's next, and then we'll be able to evaluate, our level of confidence, our level of focus, our hunger level, and our maturity, and blocking out the noise as well, because, we can't be up and down with it like a yo-yo, based upon, outside, influences. We stick with the process, and let's go back to work. We have a lot of work to do, and we won one game, and I'm so proud of our guys for doing that because it's hard to win games. That was a good football team over there. You saw what they did last week, and so I'm really proud of everyone. But we're literally, right now, we're just making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, just keeping it simple, slowing it down, taking it one play at a time, one day at a time, not getting ahead of ourselves, focusing on execution, focusing on teamwork, focusing on discipline, things like that, playing together, learning, coaching, teaching, motivating, all that. That's what we're doing. All this other stuff right here, it doesn't matter right now. We have to keep a very narrow focus on what we're doing so that we can continue to prepare to play good football.